Good morning, friends, and welcome to Coffee with a Senior, where we have memorable conversations over, a fresh cup of coffee. I want to share a story with you. Last Tuesday, I ran into my old friend Harold at the grocery store. We chatted for a few minutes, about the weather, his garden, all the normal things. But as we were saying goodbye, he looked at me with this confused expression and said, "I'm sorry, remind me of your name again?" Harold and I have known each other for over 25 years. We've had dinner at each other's houses, gone to the same church, shared stories about our grandchildren, and in that moment, standing by the produce section, I realized we'd crossed into new territory. The territory where friends start forgetting. It doesn't happen all at once. First, it's the small things. Your friends tell you the same story twice in one conversation. They forget that they already invited you to something. They call you by their neighbor's name and then they laugh it off. Then it gets more noticeable. They repeat questions they just asked. They forget conversations that you had last week. They start bringing notes to the coffee dates to remember what they wanted to tell you. And then there are the bigger gaps. They don't recognize people they've known for years. They can't remember if their grandchildren graduated last year or 3 years ago. They ask about your spouse, who passed away 5 years earlier, and you have to decide whether to correct them or just go along. What nobody prepares you for is how lonely this makes you feel. Not just sad for your friend, though that's real, but lonely because the person who shared your memories, who could laugh about things that happened decades ago, who understood references that no one else would get, that shared history starts disappearing. With Harold, I felt like I was watching our friendship fade in real time. The stories we used to tell together, he just couldn't remember his part anymore. The inside jokes that made us laugh for 20 years didn't make sense to him anymore. There's a grief in watching somebody you care about lose pieces of themselves. And there's a selfish grief too, in losing the person who remembered you as a younger man, who could confirm memories you weren't sure about anymore. But I've learned something important about friendships and memories. The memories might fade, but the feelings don't. Harold might not remember my name on Tuesday, but he still lights up when he sees me. We might not be able to reminisce about old times, but we can still enjoy each other's company in the present moment. I started approaching these friendships differently. Instead of testing their memory or getting frustrated when they repeat themselves, I try to meet them where they are today. If Harold wants to tell me about his garden for the third time this week, I listen like it's the first time. If he asks about my wife, who died 5 years ago, sometimes I'll just say, "She's fine," and I'll move on. His friendship looks different now, but it's not over. It's just present tense instead of past or future tense. Here's what I learned about navigating friendships when memory becomes unreliable. Don't take the forgetting personally. It's not about you or how much you meant to them. Their brain is changing, but not their heart. Be patient when repeating. The story they're telling you for the fourth time might be new to them each time. Find ways to be helpful without being obvious about it. Gentle reminders, written notes, understanding when they need extra time to process the information. And friends, don't give up on that friendship just because it's different now. Companionship matters, even when the conversation becomes challenging. Watching friends deal with memory loss has taught me something about the nature of friendship itself. The deepest connections we have aren't just shared memories. They're about shared presence, being there for each other whether our minds are sharp or struggling. If you're dealing with this in your own friendship, Know that you're not alone. It's one of the challenges of aging that nobody talks much about anymore, but many of us face. Next week, let's talk about something we should probably discuss more often: the conversations we should have with our families years ago, and why it's never too late to start. Until then, friends, be patient with your friends whose memories are changing. Your presence matters more than perfect recall. Until next time, my friends, we'll see you over a fresh pot.